Alright, so we're just going to be starting off from where we left off. And well, we have our this code. Let's just get rid of all this. So I'm just gonna get rid of all that. And now what your task is it should print out Shehab, which is my name or your name. Your name is how old you are. So I'm 15. So Shehab is 15. So how can we write this? And this 15 has to be in one variable, and the Shehab has to be in another variable. Think about this. And I'm actually just gonna add something else. So what else can I say? Which is a decimal. Shehab is 15 and is is turning 15 and a half. Right? So it's just kind of weird. So Shehab is 15 and turning 15 and a half. So you can just write the same thing. If you're 16, just say John is 16 and is turning 16 and a half, and so forth. So this Shehab has to be in one. Shehab has to be in one variable. 15 has to be in another variable, and 15.5 has to be in another variable. So do that right now. Pause the video and try it. Probably try it max 15 minutes, and if you don't get it, then just come back and replay this video so that you can find out the solution, and then it'll be easy for you. So really try to sink it in. All right. So what are we going to start off? We're going to start with hash include IOStream using namespace std int main void. Alright, so what is our output supposed to be? Well, what our output should be is, I'm just going to write output. So main output, which is going to be what it's going to print out, should be Shehab is 15 and is turning 15.5, right? 15 and a half, whatever you like to call it. And Shehab has to be a variable, 15 has to be a variable, 15.5 has to be a variable. So we know we need three variables. Let's first declare this 15, this variable for 15. So it's a whole number, so what kind of variable we need? We need an int, right? So int, let's call this age. So let's call this current age is equal to 15. All right, simple. Int, let's call the future age. Future age is equal to 15.5. But is this gonna work? Well, as I said earlier, int only takes whole numbers, and this is a decimal number. So what do we need? We need a float. So float future age is 15.5. Alright, now Shehab, my name, has to be in a variable, right? I'm actually not going to call it Shehab because you might get confused. I'm just going to call it John. Some random person, you can call it someone else. And I'm just going to say John is 21 years old and he's going to turn 21.5. Alright, I'm just going to say current age is 21 and future age is 21.5. So how do we store John? Well, instead of using int, which stores whole numbers, float, which stores decimal numbers, we can use something known as string, right? We say string, and then we say name. I'm just going to call it name. String name is equal to, I'm saying John. All right, but does this seem kind of weird that the string is not in like this purple note in this purple font, right? It's kind of gets icky in a way. So why does this happen? Well, string is what we call a user-defined. It's user-defined basically. This is already defined in the programming language, but someone went on to write what a string is because he was like, how can we store a name or a text? Well, so that's why he used a string. Alright, so we have three variables. One is John, one is 21.5, one is 21. So now all we have to do is print. So how do we print? Use the cout. So cout John, right? So John is a variable under name, right? Name John, and then we have to write John is, so we have to write the is, and note that I'm being clever and leaving the spaces. John is 21, so 21 is our current age, and is turning future age. Future age. All right. So how does the computer? Let's act as the computer. I'm just going to get rid of all of this, and I'm going to make this. All right. So we have our full variables. All right, just zoom out a bit so you can see almost everything, I guess. All right, so we have our variables, right? So we go through, the program goes through. All right, so the user is telling me print out whatever is in between these two curly braces. Well, me as the programmer, I'm told that there's a variable of type int, and we are calling it current. Oops, I'm gonna say current age is equal to 21, right? We have another variables called future age, which is 21.5, and then we have another variable called string, which stores John, right? Those are our variables. So we store these variables inside the computer's memory. Right, now we come to this printing part. So how does the computer print? Well, what I see now is cout. So cout name. So what is the name? Right here, John. So John space is space current age. So what's our current age? 21 space and is turning space. What's our future age? 21.5 and then semicolon. So we're done. And this should be all this program from line 1 to line 12 should print out this John is 21 and is turning 21.5. So let's go ahead and save this. Save file, build, and run. Alright, so the expected output, John is 21 and is turning 21.5. So this is really cool stuff. In one program, we could incorporate all of these variables, all these data types, an int, a float, and a string. So it's really cool how you can do all this, and honestly, you've reached quite far. You started using variables, different kinds of variables, storing into the computer's memory. It's all cool stuff. And in the next video, we'll be learning how to take input and printing that input and using that to our benefit.